I'm honoured, absolutely honoured to be here today representing DARD, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, at your closing conference of this truly innovative and groundbreaking project. Shane's personal story, I think, is clear evidence for everyone here of just how valuable this project is. You spoke very well, Shane, well done. Really helpful for me to hear Shane's account and to hear Jim's overview of the project and just what the project is about. I know that getting to this point has taken a tremendous amount of work by the project team, and today's conference represents another key milestone in the evolution of social farming from a concept to a working model on the island of Ireland. As some of you may know, DARD has supported the concept of social farming for a number of years. Jim mentioned my minister's involvement at the launch of the project, which confirmed DARD's support. We have published research into the opportunities for social farming. We have also been practically involved in guiding the SoFAB project through the College of Agriculture, Food and Rural Enterprise and our Rural Development and Policy divisions. With the help of funding from DARD, from our counterpart in the South, the Department of the Environment, Community and Local Government, and from Europe, the Social Farming Across Borders project has become a reality here. The SoFAB initiative has demonstrated that the farming community is not only willing, but is very able to help those most vulnerable adults within society. There are very clear benefits for all those involved, and I understand this will be covered in some detail later in today's conference. The therapeutic health benefits of experiencing farming at first hand, combined with the physical activity, have been shown to help a broad range of vulnerable people suffering from mental health problems, physical and learning difficulties, drug and alcohol addiction, and young people and adults on probation. Indeed, social cohesion and inclusion derived by users from involvement in social farming can offer a sense of belonging for those living in the margins of society. This dimension of social inclusion and well-being from farming activities is particularly relevant to DARD on two counts. It very neatly complements our framework for tackling rural poverty and social isolation and our socially focused schemes such as the farm family health checks and maximising access in rural areas. It also illustrates that social farming can represent a viable diversification opportunity for farmers. I recently attended the JFC Innovation Awards ceremony in May in Galway and heard firsthand of the impact the pilot farms have had across the region. I was delighted that the services category of the competition was won by one of the farm enterprises involved in the social farming pilots. I'm not sure if Larry Masterson is in the audience. He is, yeah. Larry Masterson from Blissberry Farm is with us today. Congratulations, Larry. It was a great success and good to see your project coming through in that category. And your success, I think, is proof that as an enterprise, social farming can indeed work. Looking ahead, the new Rural Development Programme for Northern Ireland has a budget of 80 million to specifically support rural economic and social development. This new package, which will include provision for diversification, will come on stream during 2015 and, combined with business skills and mentoring support through our college network, offers farmers a tremendous opportunity to diversify and generate additional income on the farm. In addition to that, I can also confirm that DARD will collaborate with other government departments and the Health and Social Care Board to explore day care opportunities for those who would benefit from social care or rehabilitation support on farm and in rural areas. Finally, I congratulate everyone who has participated in the SoFAB project. This is a great project. Be proud of what you have achieved and of the legacy created by your collective efforts. In particular, UCD, Queen's and Leitrim Development Company have broken new ground to demonstrate that social farming has the potential to make a difference to the lives of many, whether it is someone recovering from illness or indeed a farm family opening their doors to a new diversification opportunity. Social farming provides a vital link between well-being and rural life, and I'm delighted that DARD has played an active role in the SoFAB project. I assure you of our commitment to help embed social farming within the agriculture sector of Northern Ireland and trust that it will continue to positively impact on people's lives for many years to come. So thank you, and I hope you have a successful conference and an enjoyable day. Thank you.
I'd like to begin, I suppose, by formally thanking Jim Kinsella of UCD and also Brian Smith of the Leitrim Development Company for inviting me here today. I'm honoured to represent the Department of Agriculture and in particular our new Minister of State, Anne Phelan, who very much regrets that she can't be here today herself. As you may know, Minister of State Phelan has recently been appointed to the Irish Government and she has an unusually broad remit. She is the Minister for State at the Department of Agriculture, Food and the Marine, but also at the Department of Transport, Tourism and Sport. And she has special responsibility for rural economic development and specifically for the implementation of the CEDRA report. So the CEDRA report, for those who aren't familiar, is the report of the Commission for the Economic Development of Rural Areas. And it very much details and outlines the multifaceted approach that is required in order to address the development needs of rural Ireland. The Minister's appointment to implement this report is a clear indication that rural areas need far more than agricultural supports in order for rural communities to prosper and to thrive. The report itself confirms that there is an abundance of natural, physical, human and capital resources in rural communities that can be used to support national economic growth as well as the development of rural communities. I think just as an economist, I'm used to dealing with the CAP, but if we think about the CAP and the Common Agricultural Policy and maybe how it's evolved over the last 50 years, it's evolved hugely since it was first established back in 1962. Its original objectives were primarily to provide food security in post-war Europe, but since then it's evolved to meet new and emerging challenges, and that would include addressing issues such as environmental protection and climate change. So now, rather than just addressing a basic need for food security, it emphasises the need to provide public goods. And I think it's fair to say that social farming is a natural extension of this evolution, and it's exactly the type of utilisation of social capital that the CEDRA report has recommended. Social farming activities have been gaining attention from an increasing range of stakeholders in recent times. On the one hand, much like the new greening aspect to the CAP, this is the result of a different perception of the role of farming and the possible positive effects of agricultural and rural resources on the social, physical and mental well-being of people living in rural communities. And this also includes addressing the important and enormous social problem of rural isolation. I think the important therapeutic effects of tending to plants and taking care of animals are widely documented. On the other hand, social farming represents a new chance for farmers to carry out alternative services to broaden and diversify the scope of their activities and their contribution to society. The integration between agriculture and social activities can also provide farmers with diversification opportunities and new sources of income, and it can enhance the image and the perception of agriculture and farming in wider public opinion. It can also benefit other members of farm families, and I think this is really important, especially for women and for young people living on farms. It allows them to develop and utilise their interpersonal and coaching and mentoring skills. So it's particularly exciting to see this type of public good being provided as a cross-border initiative, and I think this maximises the impact of the scheme, and it's exactly the type of objective that the European Interreg cross-border programme is looking to support. So for today, I suppose I'm looking forward to hearing more about your personal stories and your experiences of working with SoFAB, stories such as that of Shane that really bring it to life. It's important to learn how social farming can enrich and improve the lives of many people, including farm families, and can also enhance the sustainability of rural Ireland. I'd just like to finish by congratulating Jim Kinsella and all those involved in the project and all your efforts to date, and just to wish you every success with your future work. So thank you.